Right, it's what is it, the 20th of February, Saturday the 20th of February. We've come down to Pembroke for the day. Same farm lake that I went to a couple of months ago, where I had that 14-pounder. So we're going to see if we can get any more at this lake. It's a very cold day, frosty.
-6 when we get there.
-6 on the temperature gauge in the car. So, right, today Steve's with me.
I do.
And today we're gonna get a few on the bank. I hope.
Oh, you only feel like you're joking. I'm gonna just fuck things up for a while.
Might be a good thing.
So there we are, it's 10:15, we've been here 3 hours, or 2.5 hours. Dan decided to go for a stroll, and while he was halfway around the lake, off his rod went. Luckily, I was sharp enough to be on top of it. Tidy carp on the end. I think we'll certainly be looking at our first double of the day.
You fancy pulling this rod in?
So I'm going to pause you for a minute and pull the other rod. Okay, we're back, the other rod's out the way, and he's still in. So we'll film it for now, but I might have to go in. It's very shallow at the edges. That's just a terrible bit of filming. Let's come back a bit. There's a shelf there, probably, Dan. Keep your rod high. Is he not? It's coming. This is atrocious filming, Dan. I don't know what this is doing. This is zoomed right in for some reason, Dan.
Put it back in.
I don't know how to.
It's the little thing on the top.
Okay, he zoomed in by mistake, but there's Daniel playing a fish. And there's the fish. Let's see if you can get it in. Dorsal fins up.
This is one of the
nice
catchers.
That's a bit nice double.
Flora berry pop-ups on this one. And in it goes.
Easily a double there. Right. Get up, bud.
Let's get him out.
Okay. Here it comes. Bloody big fish. Good start to the day. Probably warmed up to about 1 degree or 2 now.
This fish is freezing.
Obviously the water won't have gone as quick as the air temperature.
Right, let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, I don't know if it's time.
That's time to get the way.
Sorry.
Take my glasses off for this one. Right there. There we go.
This fish out. We'll weigh him in a minute. There he is, probably 15 and a half, 16 pound of mirror carp.
So,
Nice spirited scrap in the cold water. And there's where we use the mat.
let's have a look at the other side. See how many scars on it. It's quite a scarred fish.
We'll have a close up now.
Alright then. Is it better that side or exactly the same? Literally exactly the same. A few less scars on this side.
Look at me come in a bit. An orange, like an orange patch in the middle of his belly there. Some ugly fingers underneath it.
Yeah.
And a little cluster on his tail. Just so we can recognise if we should catch it again when we come back in the summer. Alright, I'll pause this and then we'll... There we go. Okay, the scales with the sling on are zeroed.
That's it, you behave.
I'm going to give him 15, 12.
No, I think it might be a bit lighter. It doesn't feel heavy. But what do I know?
There we are. So we zeroed the scales with a bag and everything on it.
Let's see. I said about 12 now.
So we're coming around, we got £12.
12, 14?
14 ounces. Not as big as he looked, I don't think. But still, it's a double, it's a start to the day. It's a fish on the bank. So at the end of the day, it's what it's all about.
Let's get some proper photos of the camera anyway. So, one fish down, another one to go so we both don't blank. Let's get this one back.
Yeah. You see the ice moving. Proves how cold it is. Any catch on a day like this is good. There we go, off it goes. Just shy of £13. Okay, I'll show you one of the methods that we're using today. The method feeder. Quite a simple setup. Inline method feeder. Connected onto a swivel, so you can see you can easily pull away. The fish should get snagged up. Down to a stiff link. A little bit cut away for the pop-up to sit an inch or so above bottom. We've got our mix, which is a fish meal pellet. Because the water's cold, we didn't go with the halibut, which are too oily. We quite simply pack a ball around the feeder, like so. Nice and neat, keep them a bit aerodynamic, as much as we can with a bloody big ball. Keep it tangle free. We just push the boilie into the side. Bit mucky on the old hands. Stings the cats. And then just checking that we're not caught around any top eyes. And a gentle lob out. And you know you've got food around your bait. Gentle lob. Open water. Think. Bit better on. Also notice it was done with about 2 beeps, not tightening up with a line in the optic, because that's a no-no. Thank you. Shit everywhere. Yeah. Just in the edge of the lake there, in the middle there. Good, we didn't get coming. What are they shipping in the water?
Probably.
How can they ship and fly at the same time? I can't ship and walk at the same time. Are you recording this?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know, they probably using all the muscles and everything to get themselves in the air that they shit. Right, so we've been here quite a while now.
It's 4:15 now.
It's 4:45, so what's that mean? We've been here since 7 this morning. So I can't work it out in my head.
8 hours, about short of 8 hours.
A short of 8 hours, that one fish is the only one. We have had a couple of knocks, so it makes us get to our feet and run to the rods as if something's going to happen, but none of them actually developed.
Just short of 9 hours. Just done it with fingers.
But yeah, all the frost and everything's gone, and the ice on the lake has been gone quite a while now. Unlike last time I was here, we haven't seen anything on the surface. But we live in hope, and we'll get a fish at the end of the session, or on the death, hopefully. Alright then, that's it for now. That's maximum zoom.
That can't just be a blackbird. It's got to be a buzzard or something. Yep, there you go.
Right, so this is blogging out, end of the session. We did have another run. Steve grabbed hold of my rod and it came off.
Did feel it though, it was there.
So, but we had one fish, so we didn't blank. And coming down here when it was -6 and when we arrived, I think we'd done pretty well. Was a bit of a shame to have a fish early on, then sit here for the full day and then have nothing. But that's fishing. And I suppose that's the end of it. We will be back here in the summer, give it a proper go. I know that give it a good couple of night sessions, or at least one night session. So until the next session, I'll see you then.